welcome to Season 13 of The Lord of the Rings Online. This season is going to take place in Lothlórien. For those of you new to the series, this is a 100% playthrough of the game, meaning that I go through every region and do every quest and every deed. Each season covers a different area. The last season is the most epic one that we've had so far, covering all of Moria. And quite epic it was indeed, but it's time finally to get back into the light. And I thought, because we're going back out of the darkness of the mountain, it was appropriate to show this new introduction screen that they have here for the game. The music is different, and then also, obviously, the login screen is much more different. Here in the Shire for my hobbits, and then let me see what it looks like for some of my other characters. Alright, so kind of here in the Dwarven Halls with my dwarf. I do have a man as well. Looks like Minas Tirith in the background. I don't really play some of these characters since I started this series. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, remember to go over to renaissancegaming.net/lotro.html. There's a completionist checklist there. I spent hours and hours researching all the quests and deeds in the game and compile all the information from LOTRO Wiki. That way I can keep track of all the quests and deeds in the game. All the ones that I've done, all the ones I need to come back to in the future. And you can have access to all of that information at the website that I just mentioned. Finally, I do like to recommend that you watch this series in 2x playback speed. May seem weird at first, but you will thank me later. What is this, episode 372? With many hundreds more to come. So if you're watching the series and you double up on that speed, man, that's a lot of hours of your life you're getting. So let's go ahead and begin the season. Alright guys, so just as a reminder, there are a few things I still need to do here in Moria. There are 2 deeds, quests of Khazad-dum, and the one I'm missing is to finish quests in the Dimrill Dale, and that's right outside of Moria, so I left it for this Lothlórien season, so we should finish this deed fairly quickly once we start this season. And then deeds of Khazad-dum, here to complete both quests in the Khazad-dum, which is this one, and then the Twist Tongue deed, which I'll also finish immediately outside here, so should finish all these deeds momentarily. There's also a bunch of Dimrill Dale quests that are listed under Moria, but I saved them for this season since it is immediately outside. Finally, the quest I believe is called Into the Light, or Greet the Sky, there we go. And that's after accompanying this dwarf all through Khazad-dum. Here we're finally ready to venture outside, and I think that is a perfect starting point for Season 13, Lothlórien. To the Dale. Let's go, Kippen. So I need to speak with him.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
I cannot wait to see the sun, moon, clouds, and stars once more. This trek has been a long one and sad. We have suffered many losses. I cannot be more thankful to lay eyes upon the fair sun once more, Kippen. This way, my friend. Alright. Goodbye, Moria. It's been very fun. I'm sure I'll come back at some point to finish up a couple of things. But for now, we are out of this mountain. And welcome to the sunlight. I'm glad it's not nighttime. It would have been a little bit anticlimactic if I stepped out here and it was nighttime and there was no sun shining light.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dum.
Here we are. If you don't mind, Kippen, I would like a moment to myself. Alright. So, since we are finally back outside, I think I am going to change my cosmetic outfit. Get rid of this dungeon theme, I guess, that I was having, and I'll go back with my classic Hobbit theme. Again, in the book The Hobbit, Tolkien describes how hobbits like really bright colors, like green and yellow, so that's kind of how I designed this look from. And then let's get a new mount. Instead of doing a goat, I'm actually going to use the elk that I got in the winter festival. The winter elk, since it's a little bit more elvish in nature. Although I don't think that's part of the books. I don't think the elves really interacted with the elks that much. I think that was something that was added in the Hobbit movies. But either way, I think it'll be a good mount for this season. So let's go ahead. It's a little distracting, honestly. Those antlers are a little bit too big. So let's look back, and there's the entrance to the Mines of Moria. It's quite epic. I really like how they did that. And fun fact, Durin actually entered Moria through this eastern passage as opposed to the western passage that we came from. Alright, and finally, instead of seeing some dwarves, we now have some elves here as well. So this is the first quest area right outside of Moria. Let me pull up the map. As you can see, this is going to be a pretty big region. There's plenty to do, especially here in Khazad-dum. There is tons of quests here. I believe a lot of them are repeatable, but we'll go through them as we get there. Welcome to Mechem Bizru. I am pleased to see that you made it out of Moria with your skin still intact. You must be a bold warrior. You may rest here and look upon fair Khazad-dum. The dwarf invites you to look out upon Khazad-dum. And that is quite nice indeed. Nice, beautiful waterfall. And this is a fun fact for you guys. Do you see these stars reflecting in the water here? Well, it turns out that when Durin actually was first looking for a home for the dwarves after exile, he came upon this place. And he was looking at this lake, and apparently it was broad daylight, not a star in sight, but he could see stars in the water. And I'm not entirely sure how the story goes, I forgot off the top of my head, but I believe he saw his face in the water and took it as a message that he was supposed to go into the mountain and begin a new colony of the dwarves within it. And I believe some of these stars here at the top actually represent the stars that he saw at the lake. So this is a nice detail that the developers added to the game, actually being able to see the stars on the water. So let me go ahead and speak with the dwarf here. Beautiful, is it not? It is true that the stars of Mirror shimmer always upon the surface of the water, be it day or night. Look for yourself. So there you go. I think this is the stars of Mirror that story is actually referring to. I may do a little bit of reading on that before the next episode so I can give you some better details of that story. Let's go ahead and look. The waters of Khazad-dum look cool and clear, the stars shining fair upon the surface like glimmering jewels. I thought about after I eventually finish the series, which God knows when that's going to be because I just can't keep up with the content. Every time I finish a season, the developers have added a ton more stuff to the game. But anyways, when I do finish, I was thinking about doing a series here in LOTRO in which I would go through some of the landmarks and talk about some history of the Lord of the Rings from within the books and all that kind of stuff. I think that might be fun, but that's in the distant future.
These halls will be great once more.
How fair and fresh the dale. I am glad I lived to see it. Alright, so we finished the instance. I feel refreshed and ready to return to the depths of Khazad-dum to continue helping the expedition establish a foothold. What do you plan to do? So I guess this is taking us back into the mountain? That's alright, because we're right at the exit.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
I feel better already. A bit of fresh air does one good, even a dwarf. Now I cannot wait to delve back into the great mine. I have not yet decided where to settle. Perhaps the deep descent or the chamber of the crossroads. Sunlight is a lovely break from the dark, but I am a dwarf after all. Got another quest for me?
We have seen naught of Durin's bane. Be wary if you journey into Moria.
You seem ill at ease, Kippen. What is it? After a moment's consideration, you tell Svanr that you are still curious about the Bridge of Khazad-dum. That is an odd thing to say, but you might as well take another look at it, if it will ease your mind. I do not know what came to pass here, or why it was shattered so. Do not get your hopes up that there will be further evidence, but look into it once more if you must. So one final piece of the puzzle here to settle before actually going outside. By all means, go have another look, Kippen. Know what this goat's doing here. So let's see what we have at the Bridge of Khazad-dum. Again, trying to solve the mystery because at this point my character does not know the events that happen here. Does not know the Battle of the Balrog and Gandalf, but I suppose he's about to learn. A reel of memory unfolded before your eyes as Gandalf faced the most fearsome creature you have ever beheld. Pretty cool. I certainly do appreciate when they integrate certain aspects of the actual Lord of the Rings story into the playthrough. You have explored the bridge of Khazad-dum before leaving Moria and beheld a memory of Gandalf facing a terrible foe. This goat will return you to the first hall in Nudmelik. There was some text there that I missed. It says, you had a strange vision of Gandalf and a frightening foe, a terrible vision. Did the Fellowship come this way?
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
Did you see anything of interest, Kippen? Any evidence of what happened? You feel shaken by what you saw and uncertain of the truth of it. You choose not to say anything at this time. Ah well, I did not think there would be much worth in scouting it out. Perhaps someday we will solve the riddle.
We have little time to speak. Great events have been set in motion.
So these are vector quests to outside, finally. You look as though you are ready to move on at last, my friend. Why do you not head over to Mechambizru? It will be an adequate resting point before you head into the deadly trees of Lothlórien.
Abide here a moment and speak with me.
You would like to pay tribute to the fallen dwarves of Moria, would you? Well, I noticed some fair flowers and empty vases on the Dimril Dale. Perhaps you can show your respects to those who never made it out alive by planting some white flowers in their memory. Alright, let's go. May have to come back here to turn in that quest, but for the most part, I think we're outside now. Let me get on my elk. I don't know. I feel like these antlers are a little bit distracting. I may switch mounts halfway through the season. But we'll keep it for now. You know what? Let me use one of my run speed things. Why not? I'm always hoarding it. Now I need to plant these. I wonder if it's in those vases that were up here. I think it is. Yep. There we go. Nice tribute. Now, I'm sure you guys noticed this, but in the previous season, since it was so long and it took me so long to record it, I'm actually a little bit further ahead than I expected as far as my upload schedule. So I did increase the frequency in which I upload these videos. I've been doing it every other day as opposed to a set 3 days a week, so that should help the series go by a little faster. You have commemorated the fallen dwarves of the expedition appropriately. The bright flowers will grow here in the hope and boldness kindled in the heart of every dwarf. They may have lost their lives, but their legacy shall live on. Yeah, because if I keep uploading at 3 episodes a week, it'll take years for this to finish. And I don't want to keep you guys waiting that long. I think every other day is pretty good. So, a million quest rings here. Let me first of all unlock the stables. And then I guess we'll just begin. Let me first talk with this elf.
Welcome to Lothlórien. May I have a word with you?
So you have come through the dark halls of Moria to sunny Nazgûl, have you? Megalvan and Kippen, the eves of Lothlórien are near, and if you gain the trust of my people, you shall find refuge beyond the Nimrodil. These are very dangerous times in which we live. Word of your ventures has reached my ears. I bid you welcome. I I bid you what welcome I can as you emerge from the darkness, and I say this to you also, take care. Many evil things have stirred from the dark, and this dale is not safe. Upon the Nimrod Dale is a talon belonging to Haldir, a protector of the eaves of, oh my goodness, Lothlórien. I don't know. He will offer you refuge. The way is hidden. Seek him beyond Ekkad and the Stel, and wet your feet in the Nimrod Dale, near the bridge that is broken. South of that bridge and upon the shore is a great malorn tree. Upon that tree you shall find Haldir. He will trust you if he knows you have come with my leaf. The problem with these elven areas are of course the pronunciation of the names. I'm gonna butcher them, I apologize in advance.
It is an insult!
Welcome, welcome. As you can see, all are welcome at Meccan Bizru, where elves and dwarves come together to face the enemies of Moria and Lorien. What can we do for you here? Your travels in Khazad-dum must have wearied you.
Will you stop and hear my accursed tale?
All of these orcs of the Dale concern me. Where they are still in Khazad-dum, I would feel better, but out here, they can inflict great damage. They have dug countless new tunnels into the depths from which they can launch attacks nearly anywhere at any time. We can cripple their ability to do that if we control this place. I have seen a stockade of a great camp to the southwest. I do not know what is going on there, but smoke rises from it almost constantly. It is clear that they are up to something, which will cause us great trouble if we allow it to continue unchecked. Head southwest, through Gramad, and investigate the camp. Thin out some of the orcs there as well. That will make a second strike go more smoothly.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
Durin's stone is a treasure of the dwarves. It is in that spot, staring into the mirror that Durin decided to settle here and build Khazad-dum. The stone serves as an eternal reminder to all dwarves of what is rightfully ours. I fear for the safety of Durin's stone. The orcs spewing forth from Moria have set up the camp around it, and daily I see several of them working on reducing it to dust. This cannot be allowed to happen. Head to the Uruk-Gashan southeast of here and defeat the orc sappers around the camp. They are the ones with the knowledge to reduce the stone to dust, and are the greatest threat to our ancient monument. So again, some of the story that I was telling you about when Durin came here, and the story of the founding of Moria, really. And that is the monument he's talking about, because eventually the dwarves did build this monument here as an ode to when Durin saw these stars here and decided to colonize Khazad-dum, I guess. Alright, let me talk with some of these other dwarves.
By Durin's beard, won't you give me even a moment?
The orcs have been cutting down trees in the Dimril Dale, but it does not appear to be just for campfires. No, they have cut far too many trees for that. I fear they may be up to something more devious. While they are not needed within the depths of Khazad-dum, orcs are able to construct great weapons of war. Weapons capable of laying siege to village, town, or city. I fear that this is where all the trees are going. Head to Dru Garmad, southeast of here, and set flame to the wood piles you see. Hopefully that will delay them long enough for us to devise a plan to end the destruction once and for all. Another dwarf here.
I would be grateful for your assistance.
Orcs are a trickier lot than you might give them credit for. Traveling from Eregion to here in the Dale through the underground of Khazad-dum can take days, even when you know where you are going. Heading through the Redhorn Gate is much faster, especially when you are bringing a large and heavy load. Mazog has dispatched a company of orcs to the Fallen Ice, northwest of here. They are attempting to dig through the wrath of the Karajas. They cannot be allowed a second path through the mountain. Head up there and interrupt their efforts.
Greetings, traveler. Will you stay a moment?
Ever since we left Moria, the goblins and orcs have been pouring out of the Dimril Dale. It has become increasingly difficult to maintain our positions here. The orcs have established 3 primary camps in the southeast of here: Uruk-Gashan, Dru Garmad, and Othmadhul. I care not which of the camps orcs come from as long as you thin out a good number of them. When you have reduced their numbers sufficiently, return here to me. Finally, there is one more dwarf here.
Might you lend me an ear?
The orcs flowing from Khazad-dum have found a powerful ally in the wargs here in the Dale. That is a very bad thing for us here, as we cannot match the warg riders in combat. They are too fast and too strong. If we want to fight this new menace, we will first have to strike at the wargs. Head southeast at Athmanhul and thin the number of wargs there. Once we have done that, we can begin to think about the riders. Be careful, Kippen, for the beasts are dangerous, even singly. Return to me when you are through. Alright, so lots of quests to get started on here. Let me open up the map. Let me head up here for now. And see what I can do. Got some stuff leveling up here. Hopefully I can start deconstructing. Didn't mean to click that. That's alright. Not really sure what I'm doing up here. I might just start killing some orcs. Let's do that. Alright, new deed. New region, new deeds to complete. Always. Man, I feel like I just did all these deeds for the finale of the Moria season. It took me forever. You guys have no idea how long it took to put that episode together. Hours upon hours. It doesn't seem like it, but there's just a lot of editing that goes into those finale episodes, showing all the landmarks for the exploration deeds. I was actually going to take a screenshot of my editing software when I was doing that episode, so you guys can see just how many cuts there are in the project, but I decided against it. Alright, these orcs are not too bad. I need to defeat orcs at the Fallen Ice. I think that's going to be a bit further up ahead, so let me just continue riding for now and see what I come up on. Gonna ignore these orcs. I'll kill them on my way down if I don't have enough. I'm assuming this is the Fallen Ice, and sure enough it is. So now I can kill 8 orcs up here. Lag there for a second. Bunch of orcs here, man. They're working hard. I can group up all 3 of these. Excellent. Let me kill one more, that way I have all 15 for that other quest. Alright. Man, I can't believe I made it through Moria. That is such a big milestone. Ever since I started the playthrough, that was the one season that I constantly kept thinking about. Making it through Moria is almost like a rite of passage in this game. And even nowadays, a lot of players skip through the entire region completely. They might do the epic quests in there, but then move on and do other things. But I still think it's an important part of the game, and I certainly had a blast going through it. Gonna have to go back this season. If you remember, there's a few instance quests that I'm probably gonna get here in Lothlórien that I still need to go do. So it's not entirely over.
I am at your service.
Mazog will have to resort to the depths for his travels now. While he has always had them, it is easier for us to stop him when he only has one route. Thank you, Kippen, for your aid.
Greetings, traveler.
The rabble has been thinned. This is good, for now we can strike against our leaders. Take a look at this earring. It's actually not terrible. Probably not gonna use it though.
Will you stay a moment?
You did well by culling the orcs. Now it is time to strike a lethal blow against all three camps. Each has a powerful leader. But more important than that, each has an envoy from Mazog, responsible for carrying messages back and forth from the commander of Moria's orcs. Return to the camp southeast of here, Uruk-Shan, Drew Galmad, and Athmadhul, and defeat Moria orc emissaries. Breaking their communication lines with Mazog will surely turn them against each other for control of the Dale. You may find good fortune awaiting you upon this quest, Kippen, and may you return with due swiftness. Let me take a look at these. There's some deeds, legendary stuff, and pull up my quests. It's starting to look a little messy. Emerald Dale. Okay, so let me make sure I'm working on all of these. For those of you who like to look ahead to future things, the next season after we're done here in Lothlórien is going to be Mirkwood, which should also be a pretty big and epic season. The Siege of Mirkwood was an expansion to the game, so there's a lot of content in that area. It's gonna be pretty fun. Oh, that didn't count for anything. It's kind of pathetic. So yeah, here's the monument that the dwarves built in homage to Durin and the founding of Khazad-dum. Good times. There's the emissary. I feel like I had to do something else at this camp. I have to kill sappers. I haven't seen a single one though. Oh, there we go. One right here. I'm gonna have to fight both of these. That's fine. Screwed up my gambits. It's been a while since I've done combat. In fact, I actually haven't played Lord of the Rings Online in quite a while because I've been so busy editing the previous season, so I've actually been off the game for a while. It's good to be back though, for sure. Got another defiler here. Did that not count? I guess it has to be in that camp, which is pretty annoying. Because that counted for nothing. Now looks like there's another adventurer here killing stuff. Let me try to at least tag both of those. Alright, excellent. Let's see where to next. Let me go down here. And I'm kind of reaching that 30-minute point, but hey, it's the start of a season. I don't mind a little bit of a longer episode. Plus, I don't feel like I'm at a very good stopping point right here. Oh, I have to kill 12 freaking orcs here? A ton of them. Burn some of these wood piles. See, I don't know if this is an orc or a goblin. It looks like a goblin. See if I can just round up a bunch of these. Bring them here to the ranged unit. Oh, I'm stunned. He's gonna heal. Oh, he's absorbing. That sucks. He's absorbing my bleeds too. It's the worst part. Oh, he's still absorbing. My goodness. What a struggle. There's no point of finding the goblin looking ones because they don't count. Sure, there's gonna be a quest for me to come back and have to kill some of the leaders here in the different camps. Got some more wood around here. Still gotta kill a ton of orcs though. 7 more. Really? I aggro that guy? That's really annoying. And burn that one. That's the final one. Try to grab a few more orcs here. All right, perfect. No orcs left. I killed them all. There's only goblins. There's an emissary. Excellent. Go ahead and get that guy in the fight here as well. Okay, I think that was everybody. Where are we at next? There's a camp all the way down there. But before I go down there, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it an episode. So I hope you guys are looking forward to this season. It's gonna be a pretty fun one, especially when we get away from the outskirts here and into the heart of Lothlórien. I think you guys are going to certainly enjoy this season. If you are excited about it, be sure to join the fellowship by hitting the subscribe button. And share the word about the series. I love how much it has grown recently. I'm getting a lot of people watching this, at least about 50 views per episode, which is, you know, it sounds like not too much, but for me, it's beyond anything I ever expected. So it's really great to see a lot of you passionate about the series. I enjoy reading all the comments. A lot of you have very nice things to say about how much you enjoy it. So I appreciate that, but see you next time.